with what Dawn Staley and Frank Martin are doing right now, I'd love to get your take on the current state of Gamecock basketball. We'll start first on the women's side because we're talking the day after. Dawn and the ladies losing a tough game to UConn on the road. It is what it is. They're going to get another shot at them. We know, Dawn's team is fine. A really tough game going to overtime, but just talk about the growth of the women's program since she took over. Because growing up, I don't really remember, watching Carolina women's basketball or it having that great of an impact. And when she took over, I mean, it speaks for itself. A national title in 2017 and a top, one or two program every year. They probably would have won the national title last year. I think we all agree on that. We're number one in the country when the season got cut short or what have you. And I think they're right back on their way this year and will continue to do so for years to come. And I see you tweeting about the game and you obviously watch them all. Like how awesome is it? And again, I think it's interesting too. You talked about breaking barriers on the men's side of things. And I think maybe they kind of did that too. You know what I mean? Like making women's just in all facets when it comes to women's basketball. But how awesome for you has it been to sit back and watch what Dawn has done, the great players she's had come through and really building that program into, I would say, the premier program in women's college basketball.
Well, I've always been a women's college basketball fan. When Pat Summitt had, all those great teams, and one of the young ladies that came from Columbia, Teresa Jeter, went there and won a championship with her. And when Dawn came here, I watched her from afar because I wasn't back home yet. And I watched her build the program and do what she wanted to do as far as bringing the type of talent. And became the heir apparent to Pat Summitt. Because Pat Summitt used to get all the great women basketball players before Gino Ariama at Connecticut. And then Dawn started putting it together and, getting great players. And you could see she was building toward what she's got now. And when Asia Wilson came to play for her, that was all she wrote.
Yeah.
Every great player wants to play for a good team. They want to get an opportunity to have a chance of winning the championship. So that's why you see, the teams like Connecticut, Notre Dame, Tennessee, those teams, South Carolina, they're always getting the great players. But Dawn has done a great job here. I don't think she gets the credit that she deserves. She has done an awesome job on and off the court. She stands up for what's right, and she doesn't back down, which I love about her. And I'm always going to be behind her in that sense. But she's got players that believe in what she could do, and what her team can do, and that's why she's got a great talented players. So I expect to be at the national championship game come February, sitting on the sidelines, hopefully, and cheering for them, and just looking forward to her teams in years to come. But there's another young lady. There's a young lady that's at Keelan High School, and her name is Malaysia. Her last name escapes me. But she is going to be, you talk about one of the best players. She's one of the best college. She's going to be one of the best college players. I know in high school, she's one of the best I've ever seen. I know Dawn is recruiting her, but she's got the best players, and you love to see them play. I love Boston and, the teams that she's got on the floor now. Destiny Henderson, point guard. Oh man, she's just fast, and she gets down that floor. And I love her team. I think there's probably 5 or 6 WNBA players on that team right now.
Oh, for sure. Like you said, it's so much fun to watch Dawn's team, what she's built. Let's switch over, Alex, to the men's side of things. Obviously, again, we talked about off air. This season has just been craziness. COVID has hit South Carolina men's basketball, has hit them as hard, if not harder, than anybody else. With you didn't play a game for I think like 45 days. Your head coach has had it twice. He's dealing with alopecia stuff as well, whatever. And I'm fingers crossed they've gotten over the worst part of that. And again, you got to play an SEC basketball schedule with the SEC has become one of the premier leagues in college basketball. And But I will say this with Frank, great coach first thing, and I think he has without a doubt raised the bar when it comes to South Carolina basketball with that Final Four run in 2017. And he has also built the program. And again, you watch every single game. They've got a roster full of really talented players. But I'll ask you just your overall thoughts on not even necessarily this season, because again, it's just been a wacky season, but the current state of Gamecocks basketball with Frank Martin at the helm, overall, just your feelings on the program, I would say.
I think it's in great hands with Frank Martin. He has brought some class and some tough-mindedness to the game for Gamecock fans, and some pretty good players.
Mm-hmm.
That Final Four run was just awesome. I got a chance to participate in that and just loved it. And I feel that this year, the pandemic has ruined a lot of sports, a lot of opportunity. I know the strength of Frank's team is the defense, and they work really hard. But I know this guy would go to most every practice last year. Right. I haven't had a chance to go to a practice at all this year to see, because they haven't gotten a chance to practice. Plus, the protocol is so strict that I couldn't get in. But it's his practices are very important. And when they get an opportunity to really string together some practices, if they've got time to do that, I think they're going to be tough to beat in the SEC tournament. So I still have all the confidence in the world in Coach Martin. I feel bad for him because he had COVID twice. Fortunately and prayerfully, he's gotten through both of them, and he seemed to have a positive frame of mind. And I think this season is going to get better. And I'm looking forward to the game tonight against Alabama.
Yep. And like you said, it speaks to Frank's resiliency and toughness that he'd be willing to, he's acknowledged he doesn't feel 100%. How could you having it twice? So